Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot. For today's pick a card reading, I actually was a little bit not sure what I wanted to do for today's topic, so I asked my own spirit guides using one of my oracle decks to give me a keyword to guide our reading today, and today's keyword was miracles, actually from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, which we're using in our readings today. So from there, I thought, you know what? I haven't done a blessing reading in a while. Why not do that? So as you can see by the title down below, our topic is a miracle in the making. What blessing is the universe bringing you? And we're picking with the very fitting Wheel of Fortune card today from 3 different decks. Wheel of Fortune and Tarot is about, well, upright, it's about good luck. So perfect for a blessing reading. For my pile number 1s, we have the Wheel of Fortune from the Shadowscapes Tarot. For my pile number 2s, we have the Wheel of Fortune from the Tarot Landscapes deck. And for my pile number 3s, we have the Wheel of Fortune from the Cat's Eye Tarot. So just to reiterate, pile 1s, Shadowscapes, pile 2s, Tarot Landscapes, and pile 3s, Cat's Eye Tarot. Feel free to sit on these piles for a while if you still haven't decided yet which pile you would like read for you. If you're new to pick a card readings, I always suggest go with your first gut instinct is my best advice, or maybe meditate it on a little bit, see what kind of comes to you. Think of a number in your head through 1 through 3, and then whatever number comes up, go with that number pile if you'd like to choose with numbers instead. But either way, whenever you are ready, drop down to the description box below and or the top pinned comment beneath the reading. Click on the timestamp there for your reading, and I will see you in our discussion about miracles in the making. What blessing is the universe bringing you? See you soon. Hello there, my lovely pile number 1s. Welcome to your pick a card reading today on the topic of a miracle in the making. What blessing is the universe bringing you? As you recall, the deck you used to pick your pile today was the Shadowscapes Tarot. So when we pick with tarot decks, I like to just shuffle the cards right away and draw your tarot cards, putting the one that you used to pick right back in. So we'll do that right now. Okay. Get a nice shuffle going. Let's see here. So Spirit Team, looking out for pile number 1s today. We are asking about a blessing coming their way. Could you give me around 5 cards or so, though of course I'll always take more, explaining more about the situation at hand with this blessing. Thank you very much. Okay, that pile almost came out there. Let's see what stands out for you, pile number 1s. Well, for sure that one. And I think that one at the top. Number 3. And 5. And then let's unveil your cards together, pile number 1s. So, from the Angel Guide Oracle today, your angel is all about transformation. Almost kind of gives me Phoenix vibes. A lot of fiery energy, even has wings. Well, I suppose all angels do, right? But specifically, it's a very fire-oriented feeling. Even sunlight up here. Even his hair kind of looks like fire too, just the structure. And phoenixes are traditionally associated with, like I said, rebirth. They burn in the fire and then they become anew after they're reborn from the ashes. Very interesting symbolism there. We'll talk more about that in a bit. There we go. Put that right there. And then we have the Dream Ritual Oracle today, which you received. It looks like koi fish. Are those koi fish technically? But the keyword is intuition. Something we know deep down, following our intuition. I keep hearing the term natural cycles. Very interesting. We'll see how that manifests here. I'm actually going to push that back a bit. There we go. And then from the Elle Qui Oracle today, you received She Who Remains, Manatili. And the keywords for her are powerful devotion and true worth. She almost kind of looks like an ice queen. I think, are those literally pillars of ice or those crystals? They might be crystals technically, but she's in a very wintry scene. She has I believe that's either a bobcat or a lynx right next to her with her hand on its head. Powerful devotion, true worth. You know, I'm getting something about You staying behind with something when other people thought the cause was lost. I don't know if there's like a project you have at your job or something to that effect where it's almost like pile number ones. Yeah, like you stayed behind for something and everyone else thought all was lost with this situation. Like, oh, it's just a lost cause. You know, things are not going to work out. So it's like everybody else was abandoning ship, but for some reason you stayed. And I think your blessing has something to do with that situation, pile number ones. Of course, we'll see more when you're I unveil your tarot cards, but something along those lines. We'll see what your Sacred Destiny here says too, which is, oh, hey, look, happiness. We've been getting this card a lot whenever I've used this deck. We have 2 dolphins, of course, having, well, looks like a grand old time leaping through the air with the sunlight up here. Beautiful. So, I mean, good success in some area. Happiness doesn't just come out for no reason, right? But yeah, it's like you kept faith in something when other people told you it was a lost cause. Very interesting, pile number ones. Okay, and then let's unveil your tarot cards here. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I have good space here. I don't want to... Maybe we'll keep this up here. Okay. Sorry, pile ones. I always apologize too, because you're kind of my guinea pigs for figuring out the structure of where I put each card, so... Thank you. You're my pioneers. So, first up from tarot, you have the Page of Pentacles, which is basically the apprentice of Earth is how I tend to interpret it. Someone who's exploring the material world around them. We have a figure here sitting up on a hill with an owl, which means wisdom. Very interesting. And is that a crocodile or a turtle underneath them? I'm sorry, I'm going to look at that a bit closer here. Some sort of reptilian beast. Very interesting. Sitting on top of a reptile. But yeah, the Page of Pentacles is someone who is, might be kind of new to something. Might be kind of, a bit of an apprentice of sorts is another way to describe a page. And especially being Pentacles, it's Earth, which is about the material world around us. So that can manifest in finances, in career, things like that. The things around us are home. Sometimes I interpret Pentacles as the suit of the body as well. So could be exploring something to do with like health or exercise, but we'll see. Number 2, we have the 3 of Wands reversed. Something about either not sure if we should take action on a plan that we've made. I wonder if that ties back into what I was saying before when I got that intuitive hit about like other people are giving up on something and you're like, oh, I'm going to throw my hat in the ring. I'm going to still stick with it. But maybe there's a bit of insecurity there, pile number 1. So you're like, I'm not sure. With that 3 of Wands reversed, you're like, I don't know if I'm making the right decision here. Very interesting. An intuition here, listening to your intuition. Number 3, we have the 8 of Wands reversed, which usually I read this as a card of movement. So reversed, it's about slower movement or things slowing down, coming to a stop. Yeah, I don't know if you've just been having a lot of self-doubt because of this. Slow momentum. Very interesting. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles being hard at work on something, like the spider creating her web here. Very hard at work at something. Yeah, I think this is related to career for a lot of you, pile number 1s. But of course, as a generating, everyone's going to be in a different situation. It's going to apply differently, things like that. But I think you're turning something around. It's like a sinking ship and everyone's running off of the sinking ship thinking, oh God, we're doomed. Oh no. And then everyone's like running around panicking and you're like, no, I think we can still save this. And so you're the one that, it feels like you're stepping up to the helm of the ship, taking the wheel and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to turn this ship around. Things are going to be okay. That's kind of what I'm getting from this reading, but... And then we have, another page. So another apprentice, really. Page of Swords is the explorer of air, and air is of the mind in tarot. The things that we say, the things that we speak, how we think, logic, the domain of the wind and air. So I'm going to look over your cards just for a bit longer here, pile number ones, to glean maybe a bit more about what's going on. Yeah, and then, that Monotili. She who remains, powerful devotion and true worth. Beautiful. So apologies just for a moment of silence here. I mean, this is pretty straightforward to me, pile number ones. I already kind of keyed in, I think, to the issue at hand is that I think you've been going through some sort of situation where there's been a lot of self-doubt, and there's been a lot of doubt from other people around you. It could be that it's like you might have been working with other people on something, or you've been doing something that just even solo, if it wasn't group work of some sort. And there's been doubts about the ability for this thing to come to fruition, is how I'll put it, right? People have been doubting, is this really a good idea? Should we really go forward with this? Maybe we should slow down. Maybe it's not even, and that's what I see with the Eight of Wands being Three of Wands reversed next to the Eight of Wands reversed. Where it's like, it might not even come to a full stop, but it's like there's so much doubt surrounding this situation that it's like people are considering, okay, should we slow down on something? Should we pause? Should we take a break? Should we just completely maybe consider stopping it entirely? And so I think the situation at hand where this blessing is coming from, I don't know, we haven't really gotten even to the blessing yet, but I'm giving you some context, pile number ones, of what's going on. It's like I don't know if you even stayed with this by choice. It could have been that maybe you were assigned to this, what seems like a failing project or failing idea. But there's something inside of you where I think you still think that it has some sort of, like, there's still merit in this idea. There's still some gut feeling you have deep down. And I say that because you have intuition here, remember, from the Dream Ritual Oracle, that we can turn this thing around. I can take this wheel, I can take the ship, and we can get us back on course. It could even be that it's a full business that feels like it's going under, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, this is salvageable. We don't have to throw everything out. Or it could be, maybe a partnership you've been working on business-wise with other people, or something to that effect, pile number ones. And that, I think that's where that feeling of the phoenix comes in too, with transformation, of rebirth. It's like bringing something out of the ashes. I mean, maybe it's even something that's already failed, quote unquote, technically. But there's a part of you where you have this ability to alchemize things from the brink of destruction into new growth, like the phoenix. Like it's almost a symbol I'm seeing for you, pile number ones. You're a phoenix in this situation. And yeah, unfortunately, it means that things are kind of burning down a little bit, like going along with the metaphor of the phoenix still. But what that leaves is very fertile ashes to create something new, to create new places to plant new seeds that will lead to something a lot better. Okay. I also see a lot about duality here. You have the two, I believe these are koi fish, correct me if I'm wrong, but they look like koi fish to me. And you have the two dolphins too, which are I think they're technically considered mammals, right? But, they're aquatic animals like fish are, right? Technically fish. And so it's like you have been, I don't know if there's been like one main person that's been working against you, especially like, I almost see yin and yang here with those koi fish, kind of that circular motion, that pattern of following each other's tail. It's like someone keeps messing up and you keep having to clean up after them, or you're doing something and they keep kind of going in the opposite current against you. And it's like this yin and yang, you being one of those sides. And it feels like, it's like the current is against you, and this particular person has not been working with you. And maybe they've even been the main naysayer for you, pile number ones, of being like, this is not going to work, blah, 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 we should just throw it out, it's crap, whatever kind of language they're using to toss this idea basically out into the trash, right? But I see with this blessing that I think things are going to turn around, pile number ones. I really do, because, not only because of your devotion here, especially with Monotili, I'll unveil her a bit here. Monotili, she who remains powerful devotion and true worth. This is someone who gives me very regal vibes. She almost looks like a queen because she's sitting on a throne, right? And she's sitting on a throne in a place that looks very inhospitable. I mean, that does not look like a fun place to sit on with a very sheer dress, like, but she's sitting there anyways. She's making the best and making a throne out of a very hostile place with a lot of cold and a lot of ice. You know, maybe it's even a situation where the other people involved are the metaphorical ice, you know, trying to cage you in, trying to dull your ideas, trying to, you know, tamp down your fire. Because we see a lot of that too with the opposites here. Like I was talking about yin and yang, we see that with fire, with transformation here with the phoenix idea I was talking about, but then also ice here in Monotili. So two forces opposite working against each other, but you're making do. And I think you will continue to make do here and do very well, pile number ones, because like I said, this is someone who is making the best and succeeding and thriving. Like she's literally making a throne out of a hostile territory. And it's because of your devotion and loyalty to this idea, to get it going and to keep striving to turn the ship around, that things are going to work out just fine. Things are finally going to turn around with this because of, well, yeah, of you, basically, pile number ones. It's not just the universe saying, here you go, here's a gift. It's the universe saying, look at all of what you've done to make this happen and to make this work. This is your reward for everything you've put in, even when it seems like everybody was against you, pile number ones. You know, and I think, you know, too, you are someone who, part of it might be that you are very new to whatever this is. Maybe you've never done a project or a business like this before, or however it specifically applies, you know, tangibly in your life, because you do have 2 pages. And pages, like I said, are apprentices. They're the people new to their suit. They're the babies of the court cards, so to speak. Not calling you a baby, of course, pile number ones, but they're the youthfulness of their suit. So we have someone who is very new to earth and someone who is new to air, being the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. And what that means tangibly is someone who is new to working with this medium, new to working in this physical location. Maybe it's even, you've even moved to a new place. Maybe it's a branch of a company that has been failing and a team of you have been put there. And so that's why it's new to you, because you're like, I haven't worked at this place before. But either way, there's an element of newness to it. And maybe that's another reason why people are naysaying, is because they think, oh, well, pile number one is so new to this. Or maybe the team that you're on, if you're working together with a bunch of people on this, like maybe there's even some self-defeatism where it's like, oh, you know, we're so new to this. This is not going to work out. But that's the beauty of the pages, though, pile number ones, is that, yes, they represent the apprentices. Yes, apprentices make mistakes and they're learning. That's their energy. But at the same time, they're on their way to the next card in the suit, which the knights come after the pages. And the knights are the cards that take action in their suit. So you're well on your way there to taking actionable steps to turning this ship around, pile number ones. Even though maybe currently you're still in the page energy of, okay, I'm just finding my footing, I'm just learning things, right? Okay. And yeah, there's some sort of momentum slowing down here, not being sure about the plans being made for the future. Maybe even you're kind of at the point of self-doubt, and then eventually you'll get to the Monotili feeling of, okay, now I'm gonna be loyal to this because I think I can turn this ship around. Okay, there's some sort of transition there. I mean, or transformation is a perfect keyword with your angel guide oracle, right? Of maybe it's even like yourself being reborn from the ashes of, you know, you have the first phoenix of you, which is, oh God, this project is tiring, or I'm not sure this is going to work out. People are naysaying. I feel like this is just, you know, just a sinking ship. But then something happens with, I believe, your leadership quality, with your loyalty and your devotion there with Monotili. And then you become that queen of this hostile area, burning away what was and being born from the ashes. Okay, I'm a queen now, or well, I'll just say leadership quality, and I'm going to take the helm, I'm going to take the wheel, and we're going to turn this thing around, okay? And it's not going to be necessarily easy work, pile number ones. You know, pretty much almost nothing in life ever is 100% easy, of course. You do have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about being hard at work, right? That spider, I mean, it takes a while for her to create that web, That's a lot of, very, very slow movement and slow work. Or maybe that's kind of where the Eight of Wands reverse is coming to, is it's something that has to be kind of done carefully one at a time. I'm being told almost like, what's that game where people like pull the sticks out? Is that Jenga? Where they have the tower of the wood sticks or like the wood blocks, and people have to keep taking one out one at a time. And then that's the kind of process I'm seeing intuitively for you here, pile number ones. You have to very, very carefully, you and or the team, if they're still with you with this particular project, to take things out one at a time, okay? Be very careful. I'm not saying disaster of any sort, but it's that kind of very fine dexterity, slow work that's being encouraged here to fix whatever is going on, okay? But yeah, in the end, we have the Page of Swords next to the Eight of Pentacles, hard at work, and exploring the mind, exploring thought, exploring new ideas. So I feel like there's a lot of good things to come out of this pile number ones. I mean, also you got happiness, and I'm really drawn to instead of the fish, swimming opposite of each other like they were in the intuition card, now they're swimming together in the same direction, away from the wave, towards the sun here in the happiness card. So it might even be that some of the people who have been naysaying you, or that one person that I think for some of you at least maybe has been the main person working against you, they start working with you against the tide. Because maybe you're the one that shows them, hey, we can turn this around and things are going to be just fine. We just have to be very careful about the way that we fix this. And yeah, and number two, trust your intuition. I think that's why this card came out too. There's something deep down inside of you with your intuition telling you this is savable, you can still fix this. And that's a voice I believe you should listen to, pile number ones, because it will bring you to this blessing, to what maybe even seems like a miracle. Because sometimes when things are sinking, it seems like, oh God, it will take a miracle to actually, fix this leak in the ship, so to speak. But those things do happen. Miracles do happen, pile number ones. But this is a miracle of your own making. And that's even better because it's a miracle that you know that you've earned. It's a miracle that came of your own merit. And I think you're someone who's really able to lead here with that, Queen of the Hostile Territory with Manatili there. Able to lead. And that's why this turns around, because of you. Okay. Of course, I think you'll have some help when the naysayers kind of turn around with you, but you're the main driving factor, it seems, in this really working out in the end. Okay. I do want to ask just one extra question for you, pile number ones. Okay. I want to ask tangibly what will come of this blessing, the ship turning around, okay? Because I want to know kind of beyond that. What's going to happen beyond the ship turning around? Like, that's the miracle in and of itself, the blessing, but I want to know what blessings stem from that, kind of a timeline type thing. So spirit guides, spirit team of pile number ones for their highest best good. Can you give me around, let's say, 3 cards explaining, like, what blessings come after the ship turning around? Thank you. What blessings come after the ship turns around? We have the 5 of Pentacles, okay? This is the card of sometimes hardship or poverty, but we'll see what it is in context. We have the 5 of Wands, okay? Battle of Wills. And we have the 9 of Pentacles reversed. Something about the fruits of our labor maybe not coming to fruition. And don't run away, because I know I just said 3 negative cards in a row, but I did ask specifically what blessings are flowing from this. So I think this is more indicative of the areas that are going to change after this ship turning around. So the 5 of Pentacles is about, like I said, hardship, poverty, things like that. So the hardships that are going on right now, those will change here after the ship is kind of turned around. 2, I think a lot of the combativeness of people involved is going to change here with the 5 of Wands, because that's a lot about the battle of wills. It's the battle of, people's inner fire going against each other. So sometimes ego can kind of get involved with that, or pride. I think that will change as well, is that people are going to let their pride back down, their ego back down, once they see we can shift this around. And then the 9 of Pentacles reversed is all about, before, like, there was a lack of fruits from your labor, and especially that coming after the 8 of Pentacles we saw earlier with the spider, like, very, very hard at work getting things going, okay? It's the fruition after that time of struggle, turning around the, like I was saying, turning around that ship And finally, you know, once this process comes to fruition, then you have the fruits of like all the hard work. I mean, it's kind of almost like growing a garden, pile number ones, okay? You know, you have the Seven of Pentacles is planting the seeds, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles is being hard at work maintaining it, and then the Nine of Pentacles is now I get to harvest. It's almost like an autumn card. So that might also be some timing here. My readings are always timeless, pile number ones, but at the time I'm uploading this, if you view it right away, it is just turning into autumn here in the Northern Hemisphere where I am. So if you're looking for timing on when this blessing is coming in, I definitely kind of get like an autumn vibe here, especially with the Nine of Pentacles being like, I always think of it as the harvest card, which I think of autumn, right? So I would look at this autumn if you're viewing this close to when I upload, and or in the future, like the next autumn of when the ship will turn around and things will get better, especially in the areas of people's egos maybe finally going away and things, people getting along, working well together, you know, and then also the hardship and the poverty of the Five of Pentacles going away. Yeah. So beautiful reading, pile number ones. Very, very, very good news, because, you know, that's one of the hardest things in life is keeping going even when it feels like a sinking ship. Because it can be very, very hard on you, especially when it feels like nobody believes in you. But that's the blessing for you today, pile number ones, is that despite nobody believing in you, if you keep to your path, despite people maybe even working against you, if you keep to your path, things are going to work out just fine. You just have to keep going and embody that power of the phoenix of taking what was left in the ashes to create something new and something better than even before. Okay, so that's what I'll leave you with today, my lovely pile number ones. As always, I hope the reading was helpful for you. If it resonated, if you liked it, please like, please comment, and or subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. That just helps me out, which helps me provide more readings for you and others. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading, my lovely pile number ones. Bye. Hello there, my lovely pile number twos. Welcome to your pick a card reading today on the topic of a miracle in the making. What blessing is the universe bringing you next? As you recall, your deck today you picked with was Tarot Landscapes. We have a spiral galaxy here. A lot like our home galaxy, the Milky Way. I'll just put that right back into the tarot deck and draw your tarot cards right away after a good shuffle. So let's do that right now. It's a little bit of a bigger deck here today. Hope my little tiny hands can handle. There we go. Sometimes I struggle with the big decks. There we go. Okay. See, and I love this deck to pieces because it's gorgeous, but sometimes the bigger decks are a little bit harder to handle. Let's try that again. There we go. It's a bit of a better shuffle. So, spirit team of my lovely pile number twos, can you give me around 5 cards or so explaining more about what's going on with this blessing? What's the situation at hand? What's the blessing? Thank you. Okay, that whole pile almost came out. We'll see. Oh, okay. Lord. That is a lot of messy cards. Okay. So we have that one. Number 2. 3, 4, and well, probably that one's sticking out the most, number 5. And let's unveil your cards, pile number twos. From the Oracle decks today, from the Angels, so Angel Guide Oracle, I should say, we have Manifestation, beautiful. Manifesting our desires, as above, so below. Wonderful. From the Dream Ritual Oracle today, you received, we have an egg cracking apart. We have Prepare with a new moon. Prepare. New beginnings, preparing for something new. Interesting. Then we have from the Elle Qui Oracle today, She Who Is Wild, Sauvage, Untamed, Wild, and Mysterious for her keywords. Sauvage. And from the Sacred Destiny Oracle today, we have Purity with a white wolf. Purity. That's interesting because we also have the egg, and the egg is about like newness. Yeah, well, babies, of course, we think of with eggs, but like youthfulness, purity. Interesting. Let's look at your tarot cards for today. So Tarot Landscapes, we have the Chariot, taking action, driving forward with our goals, having things under control. Beautiful. Number 2, the Five of Cups reversed, overcoming sadness. It's always good to hear in a blessing reading, right? Overcoming sadness. We have number 3, the Emperor reversed. Okay. Sometimes can mean needing more masculine energy in an area. Sometimes can mean someone has been kind of tyrannical in your life. Like negative, masculine energy in the negative, right? 4, we have the Ten of Pentacles is legacy, the culmination of work in the material world, aka success. And last but not least, we have the Devil card. The Devil is being aware of what holds us back or chains us. I always really like this Devil card too because, well, I mean, it's pretty. Not that I would ever want to see a red-eyed deer in the wild, of course. That would be a little bit creepy to find while you're hiking, but this particular depiction is really beautiful. Okay, interesting. Let me take just 1 second of silence here, pile number 2s, and see what the message is all about, what blessing is coming your way. You know, pile number 2s, the things I am hearing with this reading right away off the bat are something about taking a chance or taking a risk. I feel like you have been fleeing from something, and I don't mean that necessarily literally, like as in, like literally running away from something, or maybe you have, right? And it's something you've been fleeing from that's like, it's something that had made your life really needlessly complicated. It had made your life really needlessly, like, the imagery I'm seeing is you almost just paring down your life back to basics. I don't know if it's like you've been wanting to like move to a job where things are simpler, or like you've been really paring down on things in your life that make life simpler, or excuse me, to make life simpler. Like things have just been getting so complicated and you're like, okay, well, I'm going to cut this thing out. I'm going to cut that thing out, and I'm going to get back to basics. I'm going to get back to more of a minimalistic lifestyle. That's kind of what I'm feeling here for you, pile number 2s. And at least that's the background or the context towards what the blessing is. And it's something that was a bit of a radical change, pile number 2s, especially with Sauvage. Like, she's wild and she's mysterious and she's untamed. Okay. She can't be, controlled. And I think it's something that you, by making this choice, you have really gone against the current, is how I'll put it. Going against something that, like, society typically expects, or, like, what society says is, like, oh, this is the main path you should take through life. But it's really just getting back to simplicity, getting back to a lifestyle that is better for, well, probably for everybody, to be honest, but for you especially, pile number 2s. I don't know if you've been trying to, like, move someplace where things are simpler, like maybe more rural, or you've been trying to move someplace where it's like a reflection of your childhood or happy times in your childhood, especially, like I was saying, the youthfulness with, like, the egg and the new moon and, like, purity. Like, I think of, I don't know, or maybe it's like moving back to where your childhood was, like moving back home. But in either case, pile number 2s, it's very good for you, I'm seeing, and this is the context for the reading. So it's like, maybe you've been kind of not sure if this is the right choice, or you're not sure if you're going to actually be able to manifest this, but I mean, well, you did get manifestation, so it's kind of a first heads up from your spirit team here that part of this blessing is, yes, the thing you've been seeking for that reminds you of your childhood, or is like getting back to basics, whatever that is, pile number 2s, that is coming. That is manifesting for you, The thing you've been dreaming, the thing you've been wishing for, manifestation literally means bringing it here to earth, okay? And so I mean, that, yeah, well, number one, hey, I think, whatever it is in your life that you've been trying to pare down or get back to, simplicity with, I think a lot of you might be a move of some sort, like where you live, or it's like, I don't know if you're like paring down like your diet to something healthier and like more simple foods, or more like less pre-prepared foods and more, single ingredient, or not single ingredient foods, but you know what I'm trying to say, like cooking something with a lot of different ingredients that are like the base fresh ingredient itself together, instead of just having things already pre-made and put together. Less pre-processed foods is probably the most quick way to say that. But yeah, especially with that Chariot here being the first card, because it's, the Chariot is often about the it's about like having control and having like taking action, having the reins over your life, and having, so it's like things were kind of messy before and so complicated, and you said, you know what, I can't stand this anymore, I can't be here anymore, whatever this is for you, pile number 2s. And so you took the reins, and it's like this bird taking flight down the tunnel of the autumn trees. I'm moving towards my light. I'm moving away from what makes me sad here with the 5 of Cups reversed. Okay, that's about overcoming grief, like I was saying. Also overcoming tyranny. And I think for especially a lot of you with this Emperor reversed, that's where the rural vibe kind of came off, is because, this particular Emperor in this deck is it's like a cityscape here. We literally have skyscrapers. So being reversed, it's like moving away from that authority and structure and back into nature a little bit more, back more into the wild. Hence, maybe that's kind of why Salvage is here too, because literally it says wild and untamed and mysterious. Like moving from a place of less masculine energy of structure and logic like this city into some place a little bit more of the feminine energy of the wild, of the fertile ground, like woods and farms and something like that. Yep. And I don't know if inheritance is involved here with the 10 of Pentacles, because sometimes that's what that card means. But in general, it's part of the blessing is that, if you're worried about having enough money for whatever this is, this 10 of Pentacles is telling me that part of your blessing is you're going to be financially just fine, okay? Keep going as you're going, saving up or preserving money for whatever this goal is. Maybe, like I said, moving rural is one interpretation I'm seeing. And then, yeah, that Devil at the end here is interesting, because like I said, it's about what binds or chains us. So I think that maybe is where your worry is coming in right now, pile number 2, is, and why you're being told about this blessing is because I think you're worried that there's some aspect of this dream that you're going to have to hold back on, maybe because of worries about finances, right? Or worries about, I almost see like society as the devil here for you, pile number 2s. Society is the devil to you, trying to hold you back, and you're like, no, I want to live this more wild life. I want to live more back to basics, but it's like you feel chained where you are right now. And you feel like maybe there's a fear of, I'm not going to have enough resources to move or do this thing that I want to do that is more pure to what I want, more pure to my soul. But yeah, with especially that manifestation card here, pile number 2s. Whatever it is in this area that you've been dreaming about, that you've been wanting, that's the blessing, is that that thing is coming to fruition. And I think, like I said, if finances have been kind of the worry, that 10 of Pentacles is reassuring you that, the inheritance, if that's kind of what you're basing this move off of, is going to be just fine. And or the finances you've been saving up, right? The legacy of your hard work is going to be just fine for whatever it is, this goal that you've been seeking. I do want to get more clarity than that, though, pile number 2s, because I do think there's some extra questions I can ask for you. You do have prepare here. Yeah, it's like you've been preparing for this for a long time. It's like a long plan in the making, kind of chipping away at it. Maybe saving up, coin by coin, almost like putting quarters or small amounts of currency into a piggy bank. Yeah, it's almost like that scene in, I use Disney metaphors a lot in my readings because I and probably most other people in the world have watched Disney movies before. It's almost like that scene in The Princess and the Frog that came out, I think, in the 2000s, right? Or 2010s, one of the two. where Tiana is the main character, and she's been working as a waitress for like years on end, and she doesn't really have a lot of money. She's had to kind of build it up because, you know, like her father died and he didn't really have, you know, money to pass down, and her mother is kind of poor too. And so Tiana's been working really, really, really hard on saving up her tips and her money for what she wants to buy is like her own restaurant. And so you're kind of at the point in your story, kind of like she was at the beginning of the movie, where she's been saving up, she's been, you know, putting together everything she can, preparing, you know, like your dream ritual card here says, and it's like, I don't know if something dodged your hopes here or you're afraid something will. Like, I know in that particular movie, I think that's why it's kind of coming up, is it's a metaphor for what Spirit is kind of telling me to talk about your life, right? I'm trying to remember. I think it was that she, like, they either wouldn't sell the restaurant to her or the building she was going to make the restaurant out of, or, well, and then she actually got turned into a frog, and that kind of set her back too, but that was, you know, it's more of the Disney magic side of it, but more fantastical part of it, but, you know, I was wondering if you maybe have come across a setback like she did, but then the blessing in this pile number 2 is that, like her, things are going to work out just fine in you reaching your dreams, okay? Whatever this particular dream for you is, be it, you know, a building like she was seeking to like build a restaurant out of, or something to that effect. I do, yeah, like I said, I do want to ask some master questions for you. It's a little bit extra, right? Let me shuffle the cards here. I'm going to shuffle them off camera because it's a little bit cramped here on my space, but let's see what to ask. What to ask? I want to ask what that devil is about, pile number 2. Is I did see, I think intuitively, I feel like the devil to you is society in this situation. But I want to ask to be sure. Spirit team for pile number 2 is, can you explain more about the devil and what that is? What is the thing holding them back? Can you give me maybe 3 cards or so that explains that more? What's the devil in pile 2's situation with this whole blessing? This dream that they're manifesting. Let's see, we'll pull that one here. We have the 8 of Swords. You know, and once again, we have like a cityscape here. It's a park. And the 8 of Swords is about being trapped. Yeah, you know, pile number 2 is, I swear to God, it's like you... Yeah, it's like you feel trapped in society. You feel trapped in... And there's also a lot of narrowness here. And not only do you have like the narrowness here and the chariot of, like, I was saying, this kind of feels like you escaping from something towards the light from this tunnel. And then you also have like the narrowness of the park path here, following your light all the way down this dark path of what feels like what's suffocating you. Yeah, I really feel like it is society, but let's pull your other cards before I say for sure more about that devil. Okay, these 2 kind of came out together, so I'm going to pull them. Okay, that one's like literally hanging on by a thread. We have the Ace of Wands. Something about a spark of passion and inspiration. And then we have the 3 of Wands. Taking action on plans for the future. Very interesting. I'm going to just, sorry, take a drink here. My voice is getting a bit scratchy. Pile number 2 is. Yeah, so the devil is something about something holding you back. Holding back your inspiration and your plans for the future with the 3 of Wands, yeah. It's like something about what you want from the situation, where you're living right now, or what your situation right now is not conducive or like constructive towards the inspirations and the ideas you have with that Ace of Wands, nor your plans for the future here with the 3 of Wands. Very interesting, pile number 2s. Yeah, I feel like it's society in general, honestly, but either that or it's like some sort of narrow path that you've been on that it doesn't really allow a lot of flexibility. You almost kind of feel trapped, and you're trying to make it towards somewhere that's more open. Because like I said, literally with this path with the chariot we had here earlier with the first part of the reading is like you going from like a condensed path into somewhere more open and light. And same thing here with this forest or this park path is somewhere condensed, and then there's like a wider space beyond. Wider spaces, less suffocating, less claustrophobic in some way. Like maybe even like physically this place is more wide open is kind of what it feels like. And it might almost be like you're kind of moving your whole family somewhere too, because, or with your whole family, because I think of what that Ace of Wands being the tree. It's like someone has chopped down a tree, which, you know, we associate with family, right? Has chopped down the tree and they're taking the wood along with them, or like their family along with them towards plans for the future here that they've seen. Yeah, something like that, pile number 2. So that's your devil, is it's like something in society is like, where you are is very narrow, claustrophobic. It's like even society itself doesn't really feel like, or where you live, or the community that you live in isn't really, it's not constructive towards what you want. It doesn't allow you that more simplistic, basic, in a good way life. You want to live a bit more wild, I think, with that Sauvage earlier too. And wild meaning like more free. Moving away from what binds us into freedom. And then I also want to ask one last question about the blessings when you're there, pile number 2. Okay. So we know the blessing is, okay, you're going to make it, but what blessings lay beyond that as well? I want to ask. So Spirit Team for pile number 2, could you tell me maybe around 3 cards or so? Around that number, what blessings stem from them making it to this more free place is how we'll kind of word it. This more free place. What are the blessings there? What are the blessings? Okay, well, there we go. That might be 3 or 2. It's 2. Okay, so first up we have the Ace of Pentacles. Lots of aces. That's a new energy. Ace of Pentacles is something new in the realm of the material. Starting a new I feel it is like moving a home for some reason. Because that's in the material world, which is Earth. A new stone. Very interesting. We'll see what the context is with the others. We have the 4 of Swords reversed. Something about moving from a place of rest to activity, activeness, migrating. Here we have the mallards like migrating. I feel like you're moving, pile number 2, or something in that. There's some sort of movement type feeling to it, even if it's not physically moving. I don't know, something weird. And then the 8 of Pentacles reversed. We have a honeybee by his hive gathering pollen, and reversed, it's about lack of hard work sometimes. It might be like an easier work situation afterwards as well there with that 8 of Pentacles reversed. And more activity. Like I wonder if it's like a place where you're able to be more physically active in some way, and that kind of leads to more health, okay? Especially with the 4 of Swords reversed. And then yeah, that Ace of Pentacles is like a new opportunity for activity and less work. So it could also be some of you are retiring in this situation. Meaning less work with the 8 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, but it's I mean, to summarize the blessings that flow from this dream coming true, pile number 2, is it's an opportunity for activity or something coming to life, something coming awake. Like it just literally like the dream itself there with the 4 of Swords reversed. And less work, or being like less hard on you, okay? Because I feel like where you are right now too also makes you kind of tired, because that would mean like if the 4 of Swords was upright, but then it being reversed, it's like, okay, now you're less tired, now you're more awake, just healthier, better sleep too. I don't know, because even if it's just like a physical move, pile number 2 it's someplace that's also better for your physical health. It is kind of another theme coming through. I feel like it's very interesting, like better sleep, better health, better body, maybe better food, like I was saying before. Maybe when you're planning on like growing your own food, things like that. Okay, and just a simpler way of life there with that 8 of Pentacles reverse. Easier. Okay, not so hard, not so hard at work. You don't have to be that busy bee anymore. And we kind of think of that too with the cities. The city is all a buzz. It's like, a lot of ants or bees living in a colony together, but then reversed, it's like, okay, now, excuse me, voice got scratchy. Now we have a new opportunity to migrate away into some place where we can just be ourselves and we don't have to worry about how we fit in that colony. Yeah. Beautiful. So lots of health blessings to you. Pile number 2 is here. Lots of, this dream coming true is fantastic as well. Getting back to basics. manifesting what it is you're looking for, getting away from, you know, a toxic community, or at least one that just doesn't align with your values very much. Beautiful. Moving away from what's held you back or made you feel mentally kind of bound or chained you down with that devil. And then that Eight of Swords we had here earlier with the city parkscape. Beautiful. So that is what I'll leave you with today, my lovely pile number 2s. As always, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If so, please like, comment, or subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. That just helps out the channel, which helps me provide more readings for you and everybody else. And as always, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading, my lovely pile number 2s. Bye. Hello there, my lovely pile number 3s. Welcome to your pick a card reading today on the topic of a miracle in the making. What blessing is the universe bringing you? As you recall, the deck you used to pick your pile with today was the Cat's Eye Tarot, which I don't think I've actually ever used in a video reading before. So thank you for being my Cat's Eye Tarot guinea pigs. I've actually had this deck for a while, but I just have never used it on one of my video readings because I know, I love cats to pieces myself, but I'm always like, oh, what if someone's a dog person and they see a cat deck, you know? I don't want to, like, make them feel left out, but anyways, as always, I put that right back in the deck when we pick with decks. And let's shuffle and grab your cards, pile number 3s. Okay, well, this one's already kind of popping out, so I'm going to leave that one out. We have the Eight of Cups. We'll do another shuffle here. So it seems your spirit team is pretty eager to speak with you. We already had one card come out here. There we go. All right, spirit team, spirit guides, a pile number 3s. Thank you for the card already, but if possible, could you provide 4 more cards explaining the situation at hand and this blessing coming their way? Thank you. So the Eight of Cups is about emotionally moving on. We literally have, it is the boy playing with a new puppy, and the cat feels pretty upset and is like, I'm going to emotionally move on from this human because he betrayed me and playing with the puppy instead of me. All right, 3, 4, and 5. And that's why I love this deck so much, because I've had cats my entire life, pile number 3s, and you know, this deck is really good if you know how to read cat body language and how cats are. So it's very good with, like, intuitive things. But anyways, let us reveal your cards. We'll reveal your oracle cards first. So, first up from the Angel Guide Oracle, you received Surrender. Beautiful card. Letting go. Being able to let something go, perhaps. Then from the Dream Ritual Oracle, we have Calm. We have a cup of tea. Beautiful. A lot about, yeah, calm and surrender. So maybe part of the blessing is like moving away from a time of stress that's been bothering you lately. We'll see what else pops out, of course. Here we go. From the Elle Qui Oracle, you received She Who Whispers, Conchia. Secrets, Confessions, Confidant. Secrets, Confessions, Confidant. Conchia. There's even a sense of quiet, too, in that you got She Who Whispers. Very interesting. A lot of similar themes here. And then from the Sacred Destiny you received, we have a polar bear with leadership. And very, very bright star. Might be the North Star, because the Polaris is associated with the Little Dipper, which is Ursa Minor, which is the little bear, right? And that being a navigational star that we find to find out where north direction is. So leadership being that star in your life, pile number 3s. Okay, and then let's unveil your tarot cards, even though, well, we already saw one. But the first one is the Ace of Swords, a new idea. We have a cat swiping in to take a feather from the bird. Hopefully he's not getting too much of an idea about the bird, but uh-oh. Let's see. That's why I love this deck, because there's just really cute cat meanings. Anyways, and then we have the Three of Pentacles reversed. That is a lack of teamwork in some area, or people not working with you. People not working alongside you very well. Maybe tough group you're in or something. Let's see what else pops out. Number 3, the Five of Wands. Yeah, conflict. We have some cats batting at each other. Looks like kittens, technically. Yep, I think there's some situation where I don't know if it's like if you're in school right now, like college, or if you're at a particular job you're at, but people are just not getting along. We have, the Three of Pentacles reversed and the Five of Wands next to each other. Pile number 3s is literally lack of teamwork and battles. So, maybe that's kind of where the blessing is stemming from, is that coming to an end, but we'll see what else pops out. Number 4, we have the Three of Cups reversed. Okay, so literally also one of the only other cards in the deck that talks about a lack of cohesion in social groups. Bad social groups can sometimes mean what the the Three of Cups reversed is. And then, of course, last but not least, we have what popped out first. The Eight of Cups is, you know what? I'm going to emotionally move on from this situation. Yeah, so pretty straightforward reading for you, pile number 3s. You have what my longtime viewers are going to laugh. I call it a hammer reading. And basically what that means is you have a reading that's very just like straightforward. There's not much room for hemming and hawing and what the meaning is. And that meaning is, like I said, as we went through the tarot cards, pile number 3 is you're in a situation right now where you've probably been looking for a blessing based on these cards because, oh my god, it feels like there's a really bad social group dynamic going on here, or a group at work that is just not working together. People are fighting, people aren't being team players, and things are not even fun anymore because sometimes the Three of Cups reverse can also mean bad social events, right? It can mean like a party gone wrong, or someone's enjoying like a social situation and then someone that's nasty opens their mouth and just ruins it, or social gatherings falling apart, or people not coming, things like that. And so it's just not a fun time, pile number 3s. And so if you've been looking for change in that area of your life, be it a friend group, or maybe it's even family that's not been getting along, or it could also be like a excuse me, my voice is getting kind of scratchy, like a work group. Yeah, the blessing is really touching on and coming from that area of frustration in your life. So that's good to hear, right? Because, no one wants to have a Three of Pentacles reverse next to a Five of Wands next to a Three of Cups reverse situation, okay? That's literally like the social group from hell, whoever, how this applies to. Like I said, it could be work, family, or like a friend group, but yeah, not good times. I'm gonna just take a pause here to take a drink. My voice is getting a bit scratchy. I apologize. Pile number 3s here. Not sure why, but today especially, my voice has just been, ooh. Okay. Yeah, and so you're like, I need to get out of here. And I think it was like something you didn't even realize right away, and then one day you just got this idea, especially with that Ace of Swords, where you're like, maybe this isn't the best place for me. Maybe this group kind of just sucks. Maybe, I don't know, I should emotionally move on, especially with that Eight of Cups. Literally, like I said, it's the boy who got the new puppy, and the cat is like, well, screw you too, and then it's like moves away because, you know how cats are, right? Or if you don't, cats are very independent creatures, and so yeah, it's like you're emotionally moving on. And so if you've been worried about moving away from this group, pile number 3s, if you've been worried about the repercussions, I think the blessing coming out of this is that it'll be maybe a smoother transition than you're expecting. Maybe you've been trying to salvage it, and that's why there's so many cards about like surrender and calm. And you've just been trying, I don't want this group to fall apart. I don't want people to be fighting. I don't want this garbage going on, this clown show, we'll just call it, right? But I think the blessing is coming in that you're going to feel a time where it's okay just to surrender and let go of these people, emotionally move on with the Eight of Cups, right? It could even be, and this just popped up intuitively in my head, maybe it's not that you even leave the group. Maybe it's the main person that's causing the problems, vamooses, okay? Maybe it's that they, if you're finding that there's one specific person that's just causing, they're the ones handing out the clown makeup to everybody else, and, for some reason everybody else in the group just keeps putting on the clown makeup and making it a clown show. That person that's causing the issues is gonna, I think they'll have extracted all the drama that they require from the situation, and then they'll emotionally move on to, I don't know, prey on some other group or something. But that's, I think, why surrender and calm comes in here, is because the blessing is it's whatever the bad element is, and either if it requires you leaving, or maybe this person vamooses and then the rest of the group is like, oh, thank God, right? That blessing is that there's calm coming, okay? It's going to be like a refreshing rain after having not walked through it, like having walked through a desert for like days on end with like searing heat, or, you know, your thirst is quenched with, you know, a nice cup of tea after you've been like dehydrated for a long time. Like just something refreshing like that. That's the feeling coming from this blessing of this bad social situation coming to an end. Okay. And yeah, too, with Conchia here about, you know, it says she who whispers, secrets, confession, confidant. I wonder if that's part of the issue, is like there's secrets that came out, or there's like a secret that's going to come out about this person that's causing the issue, or about whatever it is that's been causing this social strife that will help things or people move on here with that Eight of Cups. Yeah, it's like there's something with secrets involved. I'm going to ask an extra question about that, pile number 3s, with your tarot deck here, but before I do that, I want to make sure I like cover everything, but with what already came out. But yeah, you also have leadership here too, and leadership is about, I mean, kind of what it says on the tin, you know, walking in stride ahead of the group and leading people towards something better. And so I think maybe you might even play a role in helping people kind of move on from this issue in this particular group, and or you are the person that kind of helps encourage, if there's like one bad actor, to maybe leave and go start their drama somewhere else. Hopefully, you know, what's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. Well, blessings to whatever group they go to, if that's the case, because they're going to need it. But there's some secrets going on here, though, pile number 3. It's very interesting. I'm going to ask about that right now before I forget. I want to make sure. Spirit team for pile number 3s, what's the secrets thing going on? I want to know more about that. Or, like, is there some secret that's going to be revealed with this social group, and that's why someone vamooses? I want to know. So yeah, what's the secret about? Could you give me maybe 3 cards? Or maybe there's multiple secrets. I don't know, pile 3, strap in. We'll see what's going on here. This might be kind of juicy. I'm not sure. We have, okay, the 5 of Pentacles is like hardship or poverty. Interesting. And then we have, oh, yeah, okay, the 10 of Swords is, a betrayal. It can mean, literally, it's the stabbed in the back card. Or we literally have, it's a really sad scene, but it's a bunch of cats that are like, have been abandoned in a house somewhere, and it's like, so like they've been betrayed. It's kind of the meaning behind it with the cats. Hardship, stabbed in the back, betrayal, and the 6 of Pentacles reversed is a lack of fairness. Ooh. So pile number 3s, this is kind of a juicy, I'm going to use the word juicy. This, if you don't already know the secrets yet that might lead to someone moving on, or maybe this is what's been causing the strife, it's something to do with hardship, betrayal, and unfairness in some area. So for those of you where this is related to work, I don't know if maybe someone has been taking more money than they should have been, or someone has been unfair to other people in a way where they abuse their power. But in either case, it's something to do that like created hardship for other people, or it's been creating hardship for the company, or it's been like, it's a betrayal of some sort. Someone's stabbing some other person or people, maybe multiple, in the back here, and that's part of what the secrets are about. And this is like the most dramatic blessing reading I've ever given. I'm sorry, this is really like, holy crap, but the good news is, though, pile number 3 is the blessing that's coming along is that calm is coming. Okay, someone's gonna surrender, someone's gonna just move on. This whole strife is gonna come to an end. I will pull some more cards too on like what's it going to be like once this is over, because I think that will reveal more about the actual blessings itself. But yeah, I'm just going to warn you right now, if you don't already know what's going on, pile number 3 is in this social group. Someone's being unfair and stabbing someone in the back here. I'm just warning you, because literally, like, yeah, that's what these cards mean. So in hardship too, someone's either been like taking money, especially with the 6 of Pentacles reversed next to the 5 of Pentacles, or like they have been, it could even be stealing money is one interpretation. And of course, like as a general reading, everyone's going to be different. So it's hard for me to really pin it down for every single one of you. But yeah, this just not good stuff is going on here. So if you don't know what's going on or you haven't heard these secrets yet, I would look into the situation a bit more regarding finances and like someone being shifty. Okay, that's what I'm going to say here. Someone not being fair with that Six of Pentacles reversed and someone betraying. Okay. Sorry, I know this is a blessing reading, but I wanted to know what those secrets were because I was like, what the heck is going on? Okay. Especially with the Three of Cups reversed here and the, what was that? The Three of Pentacles reversed here. Yeah. So yeah. But I have a feeling that this is like something that you're probably happy to hear in a way, pile number 3. It's not that you're happy to hear about betrayal because that's never good, right? But it's information that when it's revealed with this group, it will lead to that calm and someone moving on and going away, okay? So that's the blessing, is that things like this are going to be revealed and it's going to help fix things, okay? And then I want to ask, what are the blessings stemming from after that emotional move on here with the Eight of Cups? So Spirit Team for pile number 3s. I know we've had quite the dramatic reading here. Could you give me 3 cards explaining more about, like, what are the blessings stemming from after these things are revealed and after, like, the negative influence has moved on? I'll put it that way. Thank you. 3 cards or so. So there we go. That one for sure. And I want, oh, there's 2 of them. Okay. So let's reveal what these 2 are, and then I'll pick a third one. So number 1, we have the Temperance reversed. Okay. So that is about, like, there has been, like, a lack of moderation or balance. It's kind of like the Six of Pentacles reversed here. Interesting. Then we have the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is about feeling trapped in some way. And then we have, I'm going to pick this one, the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. So the blessings stemming from after this whole, I'll just call it a clown show again, pile number 3s. And I say that humor because, I mean, honestly, though, this reading, I feel bad because I feel bad that I've been kind of, like, laughing, but, like, literally, this is, it's not something to laugh at. I understand pile number 3s, but at the same time, it's like, whoever this person is that's been causing issues, and maybe you're kind of laughing along, too, because you already kind of know who this person is deep down, and maybe you just haven't been able to prove it yet, but, like, they're almost, like, ridiculous in their evilness, or, like, ridiculous in the amount of crap that they're doing behind people's backs. So I'm just, that's kind of why I'm laughing, because it's like, okay, someone's going to get their justice, and they're, yeah, things are going to work out in your favor, pile number 3. So, okay, just know that. So that's kind of why I've been laughing, because it's like, yeah, this is, whoever this is, I'm sorry you had to deal with them, because they're ridiculous. But anyways, okay, so we have, yeah, Temperance reverse, Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. So that's, you know, lack of moderation, lack of balance, feeling trapped, and then the Ten of Pentacles is like inheritance, legacy, or like success in the financial world. Okay, so yes, whatever was out of balance before here, pile number 3s with that Six of Pentacles reverse, that unfairness, right? That I feel like with Temperance reversed is something that's going to need fixing here. And that's something that's going to be, like, righted after this whole thing is gone. So expect a lot more balance and fairness in this situation, is at least part of, or one part of the blessing that's coming from this bad influence going away. And then, yeah, the Eight of Swords is, like, feeling trapped. So I feel like whatever has been feeling constrictive about this situation is another thing that's going to change, okay? Like, things are going to feel a lot more... well, it might also even manifest in the way, like, it feels more controlled, where it's like before there was no security whatsoever, especially if someone was, like, taking money or something, like, really bad like that. And so here with that Eight of Swords, like, typically that's a card of feeling trapped or, like, feeling fenced in. We literally have, like, a baby gate here, like a pet gate here. But sometimes it can also, like, means security with a gate. So things are going to be a lot safer. Things are going to be a lot more secure, especially if someone's been, like, taking money or been, you know, bad, right? And then the Ten of Pentacles here too is a really good card in terms of blessings with finance. So, and, like, money. So if there's been money taken in some situation or money struggles, that's also going to be fixed here with that Ten of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, this is just, I'm sorry, pile number 3. Like I said, I apologize for laughing earlier, but it was just like, it feels like this person is almost like cartoonishly villain-ish. Like they're cartoon villain level ridiculous in what they're doing. Yeah, it's not going to work out well for them. So maybe I'll ask that as like a final question for you, pile number 3s, because I do have some spare time with you here, and I want to make sure we make good use of our time and that, you know, I give you like an equal reading to everybody else in terms of time spent with you. So I'm going to ask your spirit team, like, what's going to happen with this person or maybe multiple people that are causing the issue, because maybe finding out what happens to them will also be kind of a blessing to know. So maybe 3 cards or so, please. Pile 3 spirit team, thank you. Like, oh my god. So calm times are coming after this clown show, pile number 3. So, okay, let's see. We have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so some insecurity. We have the Empress reversed. Okay, so lack of a negative energy in the feminine way. So this might be a woman, pile number 3s, or someone with feminine energy more than masculine. Let me get the 3rd card out here before I say anything. And then we have the King of Swords. Yeah, so I think what's going to happen to this person or the people involved that are doing like bad things that are causing this strife. Well, I feel like, especially too with that cat, that King of Swords is like a cat coming out of a doggy door. It's like I think they're leaving, like even physically too. Especially because, I mean, not only do we see that with the 8 of Cups here about like emotionally moving on, but I feel like with the doggy door here, when the King of Swords is like someone actually physically leaving the building, right? Literally moving away, even though the King of Swords is typically about like the mastery of the mind or air, which is like the, you know, the way we speak, the way we think about things. It's almost like that, like their silver tongue is going to be revealed. Like they're a King of Swords because they're really good at speaking. I feel like maybe they even kind of come off as charismatic, but they have been causing issues. And then, yeah, that Empress reversed is like, can mean like smothering energy or negative feminine energy or lack of fertile ground for ideas. Like it's the thing that they were trying to accomplish that they were being shifty about is not going to come to fruition. Okay, and then we also have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, which is like insecurity or, yeah, like lack of security internally when it comes to like the things we have, not happy with what we have in terms of material things. Like, are they very what's the word, materialistic, pile number 3s, this person we're talking about? It's like they're just looking for money, and so they leave when they're revealed and they can't get the money. Like, it's not fruitful or like a good place for them anymore to, because obviously, like, I mean, if that crap that we just talked about gets revealed, they're gonna be like, oh well, I'm gonna get out now because now I can't, my tricks here won't work anymore, my tongue won't work anymore on trying to convince people about, oh, I'm doing good, quote unquote, but actually I'm being shifty behind the scenes. Yeah, this is a really dramatic reading, pile number 3. So this is intense compared to the other piles today, but like I said, the good news is, to summarize, is that the blessing, they're going away. So whoever is in your life right now that's been this pain in the butt, or maybe, like I said, it could be multiple people or a group of people that have been causing this issue, they're going away. Okay, they're gonna shoo, and then, like, because I think secrets are gonna come out. And then there's calm coming here, especially like your dream ritual oracle talked about. I mean, like it says calm here with literally like a cup of tea. And I was saying it'll feel like feeling rain on your face after having walked through like a desert for like years on end or days on end. And then, you know, it's interesting too, because you had leadership here. I'm sorry you can't really see it because it's covered, but it was the polar bear, remember? And leadership is all about, well, I mean, like what it says on the tin, I don't even have to describe it. And so I wonder if almost them leaving, especially if this is a job-related thing, pile number 3s, opens up a space for you to become a leader. Like, I don't know if they're a manager and then the position opens up for you if this is job-related, because they well, they have to leave because bad things come around, right? And then, so, like, you're the one who gets to take a position or, like, their job. Or maybe it kind of just bumps the hierarchy up a little bit more, and then, like, you shift to, like, a higher level management position, even though it's, maybe you're not technically taking their job, because maybe you're not, like, right beneath that level. You know what I'm trying to say, pile number 3? Is depending on the hierarchy of your company, if this is career related for you, you know, or if this is, like, a friend group, maybe, like, you kind of become the new de facto leader of this group, right? And you guide it in a lot better way than they did. Something like that. So, I mean, that's another blessing, is you get to express your leadership quality and values and do a lot better than this person did. Okay. So, yeah, just, you know, in general readings, you know, sometimes things don't always 100% apply to everybody. And, you know, everybody's situation is different, but with the cards that came out today, pile number 3s, I would look for those secrets if you don't already know that maybe something shifty is going on, and just be aware, okay? Especially that the 10 of Swords that came out earlier with the 6 of Pentacles reversed and the 5 of Pentacles, okay? That's something shifty's going around with finances, is kind of how I would interpret that as the secrets that came out. So, yes, so just know things are going to turn out just fine. Things are going to be calm again. And you might even get a little bit more of a role of leadership after this, like I called it, clown show is over with. Okay, so good news on that, pile number 3. So as always, I hope the reading was helpful for you. If it resonated, please like, comment, and or subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. It just helps the channel out, which helps me provide more readings for you and everyone else that is a part of our community. And I wish you a wonderful rest of your day and much more social peace in your future, based on everything that came out here. And I hope to see you in the next reading, pile number 3. Okay? Bye.